Hi, I'm Henrique and I'm a software engineer at Animo Solutions. Today, I'm going to demo two newly released features in Paradym: authorization servers and attribute providers, which are usually used together. Paradym is a digital identity platform for issuing and verifying verifiable credentials. It is built on open standards such as OpenID for verifiable credentials, SD-JWT VCs, and mDocs. We see that verifiable credentials are often built on top of existing identity systems. OpenID for Verifiable Credential Issuance allows users to authenticate via an existing OAuth2 server using their wallet through the authorization code flow. The wallet handles the redirect, the user logs in, and the credential issuance continues, all standardized. In order to support this flow, we're introducing authorization servers and attribute providers. An authorization server allows you to link your existing OAuth2 server to Paradym such that users are required to authenticate before receiving the credential. An attribute provider is an external server configured in Paradym. During the issuance process of the credential, Paradym calls your backend with the access token, and your system returns the user's credential attributes dynamically. When used together, your backend stays the source of truth. No personal data is ever stored in Paradym, and you are able to dynamically return the attributes based on the authenticated user. The demo today is based on the EUDI Wallet's pilot in the Netherlands, which is exploring what a digital wallet could look like in higher education. We're working together with the Amsterdam University of Applied Sciences on issuing a student's diploma supplement as a verifiable credential. A diploma supplement is a standardized document that is issued alongside a higher education degree, and it explains the content, level, and context to employers and institutions abroad. In this demo, we're going to be using EUDI as an authorization server. EUDI is a personal, institution-independent digital identity in the Netherlands for students, staff, and researchers. The idea is that this digital identity can be used by one person throughout their entire learning journey instead of getting logged in by one institution's login system, which most likely becomes deactivated after graduation. For the attribute provider, we're just going to use the Amsterdam University of Applied Sciences' own server. This shows a real-world case scenario of how institutions can issue credentials based on existing systems. So, let's start the demo. We're going to start by configuring the authorization server. To do so, go to Paradym's dashboard, then Settings, then Authorization Servers. Here, we're going to configure a new authorization server. This form resembles what you might have seen when configuring an OAuth server elsewhere. For us, we're going to use the EUDI authorization server with their identifier URL. We're going to add the Paradym wallet as a trusted wallet, meaning that this credentials using this authorization server can only be issued to the Paradym wallet. And then we have to fill the authentication field. With the authentication details field, we just need to add the authorization server. Now that the authorization server is created, we're going to go to the attribute providers and add a new attribute provider. We give a name. In this case, we're going to call it the university's integration system, the endpoint URL, and then the API key that will be sent as an HTTP header to the authorization server in order to authenticate the request. With the form filled, we now create an attribute provider. Now that the authorization server and the attribute provider are configured, we need to update the credential template that is going to be used for issuance. For that, we go to Templates, and then, in our case, edit the credential template that we've already built. This credential template includes all the necessary attributes, the type, it's already customized. We scroll down, and then we have the external integrations. Here, we're going to choose the attribute provider that we just configured, and for the authorization type, we choose OAuth2. And then we select the authorization server that we just configured. For the scopes, in our case, we want the email, and that's all. Now we update the template, and from now on, every time a credential is issued using this template, the user will need to log in through the EUDI authorization server, and then the attributes will be fetched from the university's integration system. So, let's do the demo. We have this website that we've already created beforehand, and it's connected to the credential template we've just updated. We click on Deployment Supplement, and in the background, this website is calling Paradym's new offer creation API. Now we get a QR code. Using the Paradym wallet, we can scan the QR code, and then you see the details about the issuer. We continue, and then we get prompted about the verification of the account. So you will need to log in. We click on Authenticate, and then you get redirected to EUDI, so the authorization server we've configured. We log in, and then we get back the information of the deployment supplement as a verifiable credential. This shows a real-world example of how you can use already existent identity systems and issue a verifiable credential based on the authenticated user without ever storing any data in Paradym. For more information, you can check the documentation about the authorization servers and also about the attribute providers, where I give more details about the implementation, how the request looks like, and how the response should look like. Until next time.